So I am in Iowa now, and I just wanted to show you these enormous wind farms. Just ginormous. Apparently they harvest a lot of things in Iowa, including wind. We do have a lot of these down in southern Minnesota as well, where I grew up. Yeah, just kind of cutting right through an expanse of them. But I'm also checking in to talk about my disappointments. It begins. So I'm onto the cough drops now. I had to stop and get another soda pop. But my disappointments, what I wanted to do was, at the state lines, anytime you're doing interstate travel, as you're leaving a state, it'll say, oh, here's something big. Don't know what it is, but it's large. So as you're leaving one state and heading to another, it will thank you for joining the state you were in, and it'll welcome you to the next using signs. And usually there are different signs everywhere you go, and it tells you a little bit about the state, either through the design of the thing or, the complexity of it, or it'll have elements to it that are indicative of the state or the culture or the, that kind of stuff. Ours usually have the loon on it and a river and a pretty tree, because Minnesota's all about, we're all about, the outdoors and just beautiful nature. So I was going to stop at the Iowa sign so I could get a photo of myself in front of the sign, one of those really crappy, pictures with the thing in the background. So that was the plan. Well, I've been watching my sat-nav fairly closely, and it showed me where the state line was, and so I was kind of trying to concentrate and make sure that I was ready to pull over, and find a spot on the side of the road, because I know I've seen people do this before. Like, not that there's a rest area, but there's a little spot where you can pull off. So I thought that's what I would do. Well, so I'm listening to the Common Man on KFan and kind of zoning out, but I know the border's coming up, and so I kind of become inattentive when there's a highway patrolman on the side of the road pulled somebody over, and so, typical gawker, just kind of looking at it thinking, oh, must be somebody speeding, but just enough. So I'm distracted, and I don't look at the sat-nav to see the border, and there I see the thank you for being in Minnesota sign, which is beautiful. I don't know if it's Casota stone or granite, but as I've seen in other borders, because I haven't crossed that border before as far as I know, not that I'm cognizant of anyway, but most of them are like that. It's beautiful, hewn rock. Just, pretty nice presentation. And so I'm, oh crap, I bet when I get past this bridge, I'm going to be in Iowa. Well, so I'm kind of scrambling to get the phone, and because I want to take a photo, and I'm like, should I video it and just keep driving, or should I pull over? So I just passed one semi, kind of hit the brakes, went back and, not hit the brakes, but I slowed down, kicked the cruise off, and I pulled over into the right lane behind another semi, and I was thinking, okay, I'd have to pull over quite quickly. Wouldn't look good in front of a patrolman that I'm just gonna, oh, Forest City. That's where my beautiful girlfriend grew up. Forest City and Manly. Manly is a town, apparently, or it is an adjective describing Forest City, and that's where she grew up, was Manly, Forest City. So anyways, I thought it would be imprudent of me to just kind of aggressively slow down and decelerate and pull over onto the shoulder so that I could get a photo in front of the Iowa sign. Well, it turns out I'm kind of glad that I didn't at all, and not just because the federales might have piqued his interest and he might have come my way and tried to figure out what I was doing. Well, I have nothing to hide. It just would have been a delay. So, but I'm glad I didn't, because Minnesota has this beautiful hewn rock, as I stated, presentation. Thank you. You are now leaving Minnesota, or whatever it says. Y'all come back now, or something. And not 0.2 of a mile, 1/5 of a mile later, there's the Iowa sign, which is, and I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is indicative of Iowegians or the culture of the state or whatever, or if it's just completely pragmatic and utilitarian. But their sign follows, and your standard tin road sign on galvanized posts, white background, yellow writing, which, you know, not a whole lot of contrast, some serif font, you know, and it just has Iowa writ large, and then above it says, "Welcome to Iowa, hope you enjoy it." Not incredibly enticing. So I don't feel so bad about not being able to pull over and get a photo in front of it, because it would sort of be like pulling over to get a photo of myself in front of a men's room sign. You know, it's just not that interesting. So anyways, continuing to drive along, corn in Iowa. It's true. And of course I moved over there right when the trees were blocking. But yeah, lots of corn. And it is plenty fired and ready to be combined. Lots of semis heading south. It seems to be a disproportion. Semis heading north versus semis heading south. Apparently there are a lot of goods going away from Minnesota. And a lot of here's Jimmy hauling hogs. Oh, they totally got this field out all the way. Double rainbow. So yeah, just continuing to drive along, enjoying the scenery. I am 114 miles into the journey, and actual drive time is about 1 hour and 14, but it's been just south of 2 hours so far. But my economy, I'm sitting at 35.6, which is funny. In the city, I can vary quite a bit, depending upon if I'm on the highway or on the side streets. If I'm on side streets, a lot, that I can drop that efficiency quite quickly. If I am doing some highway driving, which intuitively I would think the aggressiveness with which you have to merge and stuff like that on highways, I would think would be highly inefficient, but it's more the coasting, maintaining speed time seems to up the efficiency quite a bit, at least statistically. Having said that, I've really only gone up about 0.2 in average economy since I left 115.3 miles ago. But yeah, that's all I have to report right now. Until next time, that's 1.6 out.